What do we have for Gemini, please? Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the foundation of the reading. Gemini, before the reading began, I heard, no one knows what you have to offer until you go out into the world and show them. And this is exactly what I'm picking up with this Two of Pentacles. There's this energy of you juggling with your hopes and dreams, everything that you see for yourself, the vision. And then there's you taking no action, staying where you are, remaining just one of the sheep. But as you can see, there's this crow above you. I feel that that crow is representing the vision. And I feel that this vision you've been having is prophetic in nature. Now, depending on the magnitude of the prophetic vision, I just feel that it's leading you in a direction that you're supposed to be going. Now, what I mean by this is, I'm someone who genuinely believes that we all have a particular place, a particular thing that we're all meant here to do, to achieve. You can see it as a kind of job that the universe has assigned to us. This can be your purpose. This can be all a part of fulfilling your destiny. It can be a part of your mission in this life cycle. But there seems to be something that's holding you back, Gemini. There's seemingly a lot of talk. There's a lot of, again, visions. There's a lot of ideas, but you haven't actually been proactive in moving in this direction in the capacity that the universe needs you to just yet. I feel that you've been in a cycle for quite some time where you're so used to things not necessarily going your way or having to work a little harder for things that don't really result in much payoff, or you just feel genuinely unsatisfied, Gemini. I feel that this has caused you to take on a lack mindset. It's an energy of you dreading the positive, putting negative connotations onto new energies that are trying to come into your life by way of the universe. This can be seen as a sign of you self-sabotaging by putting far too many expectations on something here. But overall, Gemini, I do feel that there is a push that is getting ready to take place in your life. I feel that there's going to be a number of things. It could be this reading that we do here for you, in combination with a few other things that are going to give you the needed encouragement to finally start pressing down this path towards your purpose. What do we have at the sacral, please? Three of Cups, Cancer energy at the sacral. Whenever I get the Three of Cups in a reading like this, it's giving me the impression that you have the full support of the universe behind you, trying to encourage you, trying to lift you up, trying to show you that there's a better way, trying to show you the steps you need to take to put yourself out there into the world, create community, and step into your allocated position inside of this universe. It's very clear to me, and we only have two cards on this table, that there's a very positive, celebratory energy that wants to come through for you, but it's on the other side of a kind of fear that I feel you need to go directly through in order to pull this off. It's one of those times as well, Gemini, where you look back and you're amazed at how long you procrastinated doing this or held yourself back, because seemingly once you press through this fear, you start to realize that there was never anything to be fearful of. I know this energy so well. It's always amazing when you have the opportunity to feel this, because it proves to you that we live in a world that seems to breed a lot of fear inside our lives based off of our environments. It's like everybody wants us to be scared to go a certain direction. Everybody wants us to feel afraid that we're going to fail at doing something. But another thing that I've learned, Gemini, and I speak about this all the time, is that typically the success comes from the failure. You have to narrow your options. Not a lot of people know that. I never even had anybody tell me that. Every time I failed at something, people just told me to give up. No one ever said to me, keep going, you're narrowing your options. Eventually, you're going to hit your mark. I would go as far as saying that we should learn that in school. It should be one of the first things we learn. Never give up. Keep going. Reframe the way we all perceive failure, and understand that success can't be had without forms of failure. Now, yes, there's exceptions to the rule. Some people spin the wheel and they get a win right away. But the larger majority are put through this energy that I'm picking up here for you, Gemini. And I feel that it's very important for you right now to really listen to what we're saying here and use this as a way to pick yourself up and keep pressing forward. Because I truly feel that you have a win on the horizon. You can't even see it. It seems so far away from you. But from where I'm sitting and from what I can see in my mind's eye, it's just beyond your grasp. But you'll edge closer and closer with every attempt. And every attempt, without you knowing it, is going to shorten the distance between you and said success. But you got to start moving now, Gemini. You have all the support that you could ever possibly imagine in the universe with the astrology right now. It's your time. And so if you were ever waiting for a perfect time, now is the closest you're ever going to get to it. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Wow. High Priestess, Pisces energy. And I love this High Priestess because here you are. It's like you're looking out over the ocean. You have the moon here. And it just gives me the energy of contemplation, right? You're thinking about what we're channeling through for you. And then we have this owl here, which is symbolizing courage, prosperity, and good fortune. And the two nuns that we see here praying, I feel that they represent the divine. It's like the divine is trying to send you support, guidance. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. There's also something here about, I believe that's a pomegranate. Pomegranate represents your unity and faith. You may just want to pick yourself up one, Gemini. You never know. You may even get a download while you're eating one, or it may just make you feel a particular way. Typically, when I see signs, synchronicities, symbology in my own life, I'll just follow them without needing to know exactly what it means. And I would go as far as saying that 100% of the time, it leads me to something. Whether it's an idea or I put myself in a position to receive a download, there is a mechanics to the way the universe works. We're not meant to understand every crank of the wheel in regards to how the universe works in our lives. We're simply just meant to follow, which is all based off of your faith. I feel, Gemini, for you right now, you need to do some work in this area. I feel like it's going to really help you, prime you, prepare you for this new cycle that's very clearly about to open up for you. It's like you need to work on your connection with your higher self. You need to work on your connection with yourself. Your higher self is what's running the show here. So you needing to work on your connection with yourself naturally helps calibrate that connection so you can navigate yourself inside your waking life with more ease. I'm picking up a strong message here surrounding meditation. High Priestess is the card of intuition. It is the card of divine guidance, and it's coming in right at the solar plexus, so this is how you need to be moving right now. It's also Pisces season, and I believe it's a full moon right now, even though this card is showing a crescent moon. There is an emphasis on the moon cycles I'm feeling here. So pomegranates, owls, and moon cycles, Gemini. Pay attention. What do we have at the heart, please? Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, at the heart. There's a need to be honest with yourself, Gemini. Have a closer look on the things that have been holding you back, because I feel for you, Gemini, it's all within yourself. It has to do with your own self-confidence here. It's in your mind, right? You are telling yourself a story of why you can't move in a certain direction. Lack mentality. You're essentially being your own worst enemy here, is what I feel. It's time to organize your thoughts. I also just heard that it's as if you've put this label on something as being unrealistic, when in fact, the energy I'm looking at here is quite the opposite. It's like the universe placing the win right in front of you, but letting you know that a few steps need to be taken here. There's a particular way you need to move, and you just giving up or not thinking something is real. Gemini, all I can tell you is that based off of my own experience, when you do feel that way, it's because it's more real than anything. When you feel resistance toward moving in a certain direction, in this capacity here, It's because there's a need to break out of your own limiting beliefs about who you are and what you can and cannot accomplish in this life cycle. That's why you feel it. You need to break out of your comfort zone. You need to barrel directly through that fear. Usually when it comes to an energy like this, depending on what it is here, I'm not speaking about everything, but the only thing that can really go wrong is a little hit to your ego. That's it. There seems to be an energy here surrounding you trusting that something is for you as well, Gemini. You feel pulled very strongly in a particular direction, but there seems to be non-action, just a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplating. What do we have at the throat, please? Wow, what a card to follow everything I just said. Two of Swords, Libra energy at the throat. Unbelievable. We spoke this card into existence, Gemini. This is you feeling confused, energy of indecision. It's energy of information overload. And again, it's like you have this blindfold on, but there's this divine white horse. I feel this is representative of source, right? This thing, whatever it is, that you're being pulled towards, but you can't see it, even though it's right in front of you. And so here you are not knowing that it's right there. And you're like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm picking up on some shadow Gemini energy here. Even though I don't have it on the table, I do feel with this Queen of Swords and this Two of Swords in reverse, an Eight of Swords kind of energy. It's an energy of self-imposed restriction. You needing to be honest with yourself that the only one that's creating confusion for you right now in your life and on your path is yourself. Everything else outside of that is just noise. It is the matrix. It is the simulation of your life. It is representative of the fear, and we all have this. I was just mentioning in the Sag reading that when I speak about the matrix, it's something that each one of us has in our own lives. We each live in our own custom matrix, and it's built around our own fear. It's built around our trauma. It's built around all the struggles we've faced off with in our lives. It encompasses everything that wants to stop us from being great. This energy I'm looking at right here and that I feel is an energy of you preparing to step out of a cycle where you have been lacking the confidence because you have been doubting that anything good of this magnitude could happen for you. I once felt this way, Gemini. And what I didn't know back then that I know now is that the universe loves to have an opportunity to show you the magic that can unfold in your life if you just have faith and you get up and you take the first necessary step towards this vision. There's an emphasis here around how you are communicating with yourself with this Two of Swords in reverse at the third eye. I can't do it. I don't know. I'm not cut out for this. It's not for me. You can tell yourself every excuse in the book, Gemini, but you know this is the direction you're supposed to be going. You'll never escape that. So you may as well start going in this direction now. You need to improve your relationship with yourself. It's all over this reading. Feel it in the energy. Again, you're being your own worst enemy. And I feel that if you could look at yourself through the eyes of the universe just for a moment, you'd be able to change the relationship you have with yourself for the better. What do we have at the third eye? Again. Wow. Four of Cups, Cancer energy at the third eye. And the reason why I said again is because, as you can see, we have this divine white horse, but now it has wings. And here you are sitting up against the tree, right? Bored. It's like an energy of apathy. And then there's this hand coming through. It's like hand from the divine. Like, Gemini, what about this? How about now? And you're like, I don't know. Right there at the third eye. It's like the divine spirit guides are all sitting around waiting. They're talking amongst each other, and you got one spirit guide that says to the other, has Gemini gotten the download yet? Has Gemini gotten on path yet? Nah, they're just still sitting there, leaning up against a tree, thinking that their life is boring. They don't even know that we have this whole entire kingdom waiting for them over here. They have no idea what is destined for them. There they are, just sitting in the park, back against the tree, thinking that the universe forgot about him. We sent through a divine white horse twice. They didn't even flinch. It's like it was nothing to them. You know, Gemini, another part of the problem here is I feel that you're waiting on the divine to show up the way you want the divine to show up. But that's not how it works. The divine is trying to show up in your life, but it's more covert, which is just another indication that they're trying to get you to follow the breadcrumbs, so to speak. And this is how it works, Gemini. It doesn't all come to you at once, bit by bit, piece by piece. You have to work your way out of the matrix of your life. We're birthed into these life cycles, and from the moment of inception, it's as if we're moving further and further away from source. We become so consumed by just trying to survive in our everyday waking lives that we lose sight. Well, we lose the sight again before we even know we've lost the sight. So most of our lives is spent trying to find our way back to a path that we don't even know we're looking for. We just feel something calling us from within. And then you eventually reach an age where you start to feel empty. You start to feel like you've missed out on something, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. That's a deep knowing. That's a inner calling. That means that the divine has been trying to guide you to alignment. I promise you, if you've been feeling like you've been forgotten by the universe, you haven't. That's a clear indication that the universe has had eyes on you the entire time. All of this is a part of the wisdom that you need to gain as a means to weaponize yourself for the new timeline that you are going to be stepping into, Gemini. What do we have at the crown, please? Unbelievable. There's not a single card that would have been any better than the world to follow everything that I've channeled through for you up until this point, Gemini. This is the universe showing you right now very clearly. See, this deck of cards is amazing because we can see you, right? Like we're a fly on the wall. We're looking at future you from this other universal vantage point. Here you are, beginning this new cycle, ending the old, stepping through this portal, renewed, this awakened version of yourself. Here you are, sitting up against a tree. And now here's the divine saying to you, hey, Gemini, let us show you something. I see you standing at a door in the sky. It's on top of a cloud. For some reason, it's dark green. God is standing with you. There's a peephole in this door. God says, Gemini, have a look through the peephole. And when you look through the peephole, this is what you see. Future you. There's an energy of you integrating all of this wisdom that you've gathered up until this point, Gemini. You have something valuable. Now it's time to share it with the world. Now it's time to share it with the collective. Whether it's one person, a community of people, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. All that matters is that you allow yourself to become the vessel. This is what this is all about. What do we have at the foundation, please? Oh. Wow. Hermit, Furcus, Virgo energy, and the Hermit from this deck. I read in a negative polarity. This is somebody who's going the opposite way of their intended path, right? Just aging out. Horse can't even hold this guy up. Beard so heavy, male or female. It's just you not feeling yourself because you're not where the universe needs you to be. You know, we are always where we're supposed to be, but we have infinite choices in every moment. Every choice we make and every move we make aligns us with a different timeline. We are constantly jumping timelines. The stronger your connection becomes with Source, the more agile your movements become, meaning you become more confident and you're able to move in a more deliberate fashion because your connection you have with the divine is so strong. I can confirm this to be very true, Gemini. Every day it amazes me, blows my mind that I've seen movement in multiple sectors of my life that I honestly didn't feel I had access to. I felt cursed. Maybe I was. But we all have an opportunity to break the curse. But it takes action. It takes you lifting yourself up. It takes you understanding that the only way change can unfold in your life is by the action you take in the here and now. And if you can also start to look at life as a kind of game that you can have a lot of fun with, you can start to manifest a lot of change in your life pretty quickly, Gemini. Your mind, especially your mind, because you're Gemini, is very powerful. Your potential to manifest an entire reality around you is right in the palm of your hand. This is you turning your visions into reality, realizing your potential, your power, and your purpose. This Hermit, in its negative polarity, is coming in right underneath that Two of Pentacles, juggling with the vision, and then juggling with this. What do we have at the sacral? The Moon, Pisces energy, Beelzebub. We have two of the cards of intuition in this spread, High Priestess and the Moon. However, this Moon, I read in its negative polarity. It's an energy of a blocked intuition, you needing to release fear. It's an energy of deceiving yourself, confusion, the divine trying to get messages through to you, but you're not acting on it. It's an energy of you deceiving yourself. This entire spread is surrounding faith, Gemini. Source wants to speak to you, wants to communicate with you. You're going to do this through meditation. The days following, you're going to start receiving downloads, ideas. Some of these ideas are going to motivate you to start making some changes in your life. One download after the next. After you get into this meditative practice, you will start to find yourself having a renewed sense of hope. Your connection with Source is going to recalibrate, and the divine is going to pull you out of this matrix of your life. But you got to take action now, Gemini. And I feel for you, you're going to do this through a meditative practice. It's very strong here. Remember, we live in a world that is full of distraction, that seemingly doesn't want us to have any sense of peace, doesn't want us to have a connection with our higher self. Imagine if they taught children about meditation, taught children about what I said in regards to reframing how you perceive failure. A lot of the problems that you and I faced, Gemini, in our lives may not have unfolded the way they did. Those very simple actions toward strengthening your faith and releasing a lack mindset can be the deciding factor whether or not you step into mission and fulfill your destiny. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Two of Pentacles, Ammon at the solar plexus, Capricorn energy. This Two of Pentacles from this deck speaks about disorder, your environment scattering your energy, constantly distracting you, bombarding you, coming at you from the left and the right. Your senses just constantly on fire from living inside this reality. We all deal with this. It increases daily. There's always something. This is why it's so incredibly important that we're maintaining ourselves through all of this. We have to keep our connection to Source strong. Otherwise, we will be swallowed up by our reality inside this world. If you can manage to take the steps that we have spoken about in this reading, Gemini, you'll be able to regain control over your life and navigate any difficulties that come your way with much more ease and fluidity. What do we have at the heart, please? Stolos, protection of criminals. There's the owl again. Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at that heart position. The Page of Cups from this deck is speaking about you having a repressed intuition. It can also be a message about you refusing good advice, blocking yourself. But you have to understand, Gemini, your intuition becomes blocked, or I like to say calcified, because it's something that can be easily turned around. It's like a muscle. If you don't use it, then you lose it, right? I feel like this is also speaking about you protecting your own shadow from your higher self. Wow. I don't think I've ever worded that particular message that way before, but it makes perfect sense. It's like you're holding on to everything that the universe wants you to release for dear life, right? Because it's comfortable there. Nothing's really expected of you there. You just need to keep doing the same thing. It's almost like an energy of being fearful of having the responsibility of being in this new position on this new timeline. Wow, that's like an energy of being afraid of your own success, but you'll never admit it, right? But when it comes down to it, it's staring you right in the face. This is what I'm getting here. It goes back to what I said at the beginning about you needing to put action behind the vision. Less talk, more action. It's like this owl is almost like a bit of a faker. Puts on the owl suit. He's got the big owl eyes, but he doesn't actually go out and sit in a tree, and he just acts like he does. Just talks about it. And then we have 10 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, Menadel, inner and outer work. Really speaks about what I've been channeling through Gemini in regards to you recalibrating this connection with Source and the Divine. 10 of Pentacles is also an energy of affluence, which is telling me that you taking these actions puts you on this path, right? And this is just speaking about you succeeding at whatever this particular thing is here that I'm picking up for you. It is here for you, but you got to start pushing in this direction. The Divine is waiting on you, is what I just heard, Gemini. What do we have at the throat, please? 2 of Cups, Cancer energy, right underneath that 2 of Swords. Leuia, the swiftly hearkening God, fruition, provides expansive intelligence and gives the grace of God. And this 2 of Cups to me, with these 2 rings, it's representing, I feel, the calibration between you and the Divine. It represents a union. This is representing your faith. And it's right underneath that 2 of Swords. So here you are, confused. You don't know what to do. So you just stay put. You don't take any action. And this 2 of Cups right underneath that 2 of Swords is showing us that if you just start pushing in this direction, you will find that there was no reason to ever be fearful of anything here. I just heard the Divine will catch you. What do we have at the third eye? And look who decided to show up to the party, Gemini. The devil. Samiel, Capricorn energy. The severity of God, seduction and downfall, communicates with the dead, teaches the occult and magic. It's like the devil is hanging over you, like a fire-breathing dragon, energetically speaking, whispering in your ear, telling you that something's not for you, that you just got to keep going down this path right here until your days and your time run out in this life cycle. That's all the devil wants, is those life clock minutes. Just wants to get us all out of here as quickly as possible so we don't wake up and find our way to our mission. Because that mission always has something to do with keeping him at bay. No matter how you slice it, it always comes down to defeating the devil in your own life in some capacity, and then showing other individuals how to do the same. And the non-action you take in your life here, Gemini, is devil energy. What do we have at the crown, please, to close this out for Gemini? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown to close this out for Gemini? Wow. Wow. What a way to end. The Hermit, Ibamia. Virgo energy, word of God creating all. Alchemy and transformation, rules natural events, helps with spiritual progress. Now you're going in the right direction, Gemini. Hermit, negative polarity. Hermit, positive polarity. Demon, angel. Left-hand path, right-hand path. This is the perfect card to end this reading. This is showing us very clearly that the action of you going within for clarity, right, meditation, sets you on the path to finding your personal truth. You have the spiritual illumination start to unfold in your life. You go into a state of deep introspection with support from the divine. Your path is illuminated to you. You start making your way and you align. beautifully with your mission. Hermit stacked with the world. By you going down this path, by you gaining this deep understanding of yourself and you integrating everything into your life, you become whole. And you're now able to fully embrace life with full spiritual awareness, which is what allows this world, the portal, to open up for you. Gemini, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Gemini. Take care.